We're putting the focus on finances now. Don't get worried. This is proactive, how you can make the most of your hard-earned money, even if you are a spender.
Absolutely. Ben Fuchs, a certified financial planner and founder of Fuchs Financial, is here in the studio with us today. So the market's been down 6 days in a row. It's at its lowest point in the year yesterday, or it's in several years. It's not good, but we should just not worry.
No, I think that you should absolutely panic and just throw everything out the window and sell. I just sell everything. I think that's important.
Don't do that.
No, please don't. No, I think that you've got a lot of things going on. And by the way, every time I come on, I feel like the market has hit a new low. So
exactly right. It keeps hitting new lows.
Just keep on bringing me on, and we'll keep on losing money.
As you said earlier, the hurricane isn't caused by the forecaster.
Right. It's our job to help you prepare for it. Right. That's the.
All right. So we could look at it as we always say: stocks are on sale, so don't stop contributing to your 401k.
Sure.
But these are 3 questions you want us to know. You should know: how much have you saved? How much is it earning? And how much are you spending?
Right. So if you want to know the formula for retirement, right? What have you saved, right? What are you going to get from Social Security? Are you getting a pension? These are all really important pieces. How much is that earning? If you're a really conservative person and all of your money is in the bank, you can't expect to earn 8% a year, right? So that has to go into the calculation. And then, how much are you spending? What is your lifestyle? So we can put all these things together, and then from there we can figure out, how do we minimize taxes? How do we maintain your lifestyle? How do we make sure you don't run out of money? That all has to work into the formula.
People are looking at the stock market and saying, ha ha ha. They're laughing at all the people who us who've invested in the stock market, but it eventually, as history has shown, it always comes back.
Well, I can't say always, because then I'll lose my license.
Exactly.
But historically speaking,
it has.
You can take 2008 as a great example, right? I think the stock market was about 1,300 in the beginning of 2008. I think it dropped to like 900, 800, the S&P 500.
Wow.
But even if you look at today, even if you bought in the height of the S&P in 2008, you're still up about 3 times what you would have been if you had just held on 14 years later.
Okay.
And so, yes, I think to your point, history does show that. And then, if we go back from 2020 back 72 years, every other year had a 10 to 15% decline at some point during the year.
And we have been having huge gains, huge gains. It's just no one wants to see that goes back. But so you need to also ask yourself, what are your goals? Maintaining your lifestyle, leaving a legacy.
Right.
Are people less concerned with leaving a legacy nowadays, or do you still have people who really want to focus on giving money to their kids versus their own life?
I think honestly, the more that you pay for daycare in college, the less you want to leave a legacy. I can certainly think in my field. But it depends on the person, and I think it really is important, do you want to bounce your last check? As a lot of people's goals to, I want to run out of money right when I die. Okay, great, right? We can't exactly plan for that, but we can do our best. But if it's a goal to leave a legacy, what does it take? What does that legacy look like? And again, what are the goals that you want to accomplish in retirement?
Okay.
All right, so how can we build a plan that can achieve your goals and minimize taxes?
Well, I think it's important, and you look at where you are in that time frame. So if you're 10 years from retirement, if you're 5 years from retirement.
That's pretty much where I am, 10 years out.
Okay.
All right.
So I think that you want to have a couple things in place. One, you have a pretty good idea of what your lifestyle is. You can look at how much you spent over the last 2-3 years. You can look at your bank statements and say, okay, this is my lifestyle. This is likely what I want to continue. So I need to have my portfolio generate that type of income on a consistent basis.
Right.
It has to do that. And also I need to have a safety net. And I also need to plan for inflation. So we need to put all those things into place. And as you get closer and closer to retirement, you gradually start to put more money into each one of those pieces.
Now, I'm just going to say, for the people who are feeling stressed right now, like, I know I haven't saved enough, and I have credit card debt or student loans, What do you say to them?
I say that come talk to us. Come into Fuchs Financial. Go to fuchsfinancial.com. Give us a call. Schedule a 15-minute phone call. If it's easier to have a phone call than to just come in for an appointment, whatever works. But give us a call. Let us help you create a plan, and that's the best thing that we can do.
Is there should you have cash on hand, a certain amount of cash, like a percentage?
Sure. I mean, there are different rules of thumb. If you are the primary breadwinner in a home, you typically want to have about 6 months worth of cash on hand. If you have 2 people that are kind of equal in terms of earnings and either one of you could support the household, then 3 months worth of expenses on hand. Those are the typical rules, but in retirement, you look at it differently. You might look at 3 to 5 years worth of safety net on the side.
Okay.
And because in 2008, it took about 5 years to get back to even. It wasn't until 2013 that the S&P 500 came back to even. So you need to have money on the side so you never have to sell when the market's down.
At a bad point.
Right,
Okay.
never have to sell. Good point. All right, you can get a complimentary, no obligation consultation with Fuchs Financial, just visit fuchsfinancial.com or call 860-461-1709. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
And they have locations in West Hartford and in Middletown, and you can also find them on social media at Fuchs Finance.